Hey, good everyone, Andrew here, Real 4x4 Adventures, coming to you from Woolshed Cave. So part of the Talia Caves here on the Eyre Peninsula. We're staying just around the corner at Camp Coodlie, which has recently had new owners, and so they've more or less relaunched it. But you can check that out in another video. I thought I would show everyone the Woolshed Cave here, which is pretty cool. So there's a drive along here. It's a dirt road. There are some corrugations, but look, see there, a little normal hatchback just pulled up, so very accessible as long as you drive to conditions. Don't mind a little bit of dust on your car. So you come down the steps, and these cliffs are absolutely stunning. You can drive along here. There's a couple of points of interest there that you can stop at and have a little bit of a look. Now around to the right there are meant to be some little rock pools, however you'd need to be mindful of tides. We were here yesterday on high tide. It was a nicer day, so apologies we don't have the blue sky that we had yesterday. So we're thinking we might go and have a little look there, so we'll see what the track looks like. But the main part here is in here to your left for the cave. So you get down, again, look, there's a few steps to come down, and if you're going to go exploring, you do need to be comfortable walking across some rocky terrain. If you're just coming down for this bit, again, watch your step. There's lots of warnings there around the cliff areas and also getting too close to the water. Have a little look in here. Look in there. Definitely a lower tide from yesterday. Again, with blue sky, it makes better photos, that's for sure. Got a few photos from yesterday. Again though, the water is just so crystal clear and stunning. I'm going to pop in here into the cave. Got Jay and Dale here already. Definitely want to watch your footing along here. Got Dale in here.
Okay.
So there's the cave in there.
It's very steep.
You definitely want to be careful on this little bit here, especially with the sandy terrain. You need to handle your right. Okay, so when you come out here, that looks pretty cool. It's Woolshed Cave. Yesterday we were close to high tide and the ocean was pretty rough. Today not as bad. That's a lower tide. Again, not quite as picturesque with the blue sky of yesterday, but still pretty amazing cliffs. The cave there is pretty cool. And again, another big tick for the Eyre Peninsula. It's pretty amazing. Now again, depending on tides, you definitely don't want too close, because you can get waves that suddenly are a bigger one that's not the norm, and you know, all kinds of issues if you go into the water here. So just around there is where the rock pools are. That's the Woolshed, yeah, it's the Woolshed Cave. Again, it's a very easy walk down the stairs. We walk back up, it's not as easy. And if you're just coming down to get the main cave, it is very, very achievable for most. If you're going to go around to the rock pools, again, it is impacted by tides, so you definitely want to be careful if you are going to venture around there and know what the tides are doing. We haven't been around there. We're going to have a little look. We'll see if we get around there. We'll pop something up. But thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. And if you've got any questions or comments, drop them down below. Thanks for watching. Okay, everyone. So we have walked around from the Woolshed Cave, and so point there, go around there, and that's what the Woolshed Cave is. You can keep going. Again, I need to stress, make sure you know what the tides are doing when you come out here, because the water does head up to the rocks. There is looks like a little bit of a beach. When I say beach, there's some sand the water's washing up to, that you can go and check out. So for us, the tide has turned just recently, so it's starting to come back in now. So we're not going to be here much longer, but do make sure you are very, very careful. It'd be a stressful thing to be rushing back road whether you're going to make it. You've got a couple of these rock pools here, very cool for exploring. Here, right there. If you're into your Instagram, there's often a lot of photos, I think, in this one here. It's pretty cool. A couple other ones here. There's lots of little fish, different bits and pieces there to check out. Another little one left here, and it's amazing the way that the waves form the rocks. Plenty of little rock pools to have a little look for fish and different wildlife. It's a moment there, a little bit humbling there on the forces of nature. You've got these beautiful cliffs. Again, there's plenty of warnings there about getting too close to the top, but also down the bottom you need to be careful. The nature of where we are and the weather and all the above, you can have issues, so just be careful. A few more little rock pools. Another little inlet over here, or channel. It's a pretty amazing spot. Again, the Woolshed Cave is definitely the highlight there, but if you know what the tides are doing and you're comfortable to walk around and have a little look here is really cool as well. As I said, look, we were here yesterday. Unfortunately, we were here at high tide, so we didn't even think about coming around. Actually put the drone up and you could see this is all underwater anyway, but it was a blue sky yesterday, so the water looks all that much better with a blue sky. Water is absolutely beautiful and crystal clear. And the rocks here are pretty stunning too. So you can kind of see in the distance there. Again, I think there's looks like a little bit of a beach spot there. Again, you'd want to be very comfortable with what the tides are doing and be very comfortable with your timings there if you're going to go all the way and spend a bit of time there. But here, you know, it's only, depending on your speed, 5 minutes there back around to the Woolshed Cave. So here, there's, as long as you know that the tide is pretty low and you're careful, it's very reasonable around here if you've got the time. So look, this is the Woolshed Cave back around there, and the little rock pools just around the side from it. Hope you've enjoyed watching. If you've got any questions or comments, as always, pop them down below. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you as a subscriber, so make sure you press that little subscribe, and even better yet, chuck on the little notifications. Thanks for watching. See you next time.